Hi friends, welcome to Aishusdiy. Today we are going to design a bracelet project with these gemstone beads. These are Fire Mountain and these are bought from Fire Mountain and Gems. And these are sesame red, just sesame jasper, and it's 18 millimeter. This is the one. And I am going to make a project using macrame bracelet project using Ceylon beading cord. Ceylon stringing cord, whatever it is, Ceylon thread. This is regular Ceylon and there is micro and fine Ceylon as well. I have only regular Ceylon in my stash. I have a couple of colors. First I thought I'll use this color, but then I switched it over to this color just to make it matte. And then I have Swarovski beads here. I just opened up a mix pack of 30 beads, and also I have some Swarovski elements here. I want to include this charm. It says Taurus and I'm a Taurus. I'm going to utilize that as well. And then I have this mix as well. So I cut about say 85 to 90 inches of Ceylon cord. I know it's a long cord. And then I'm using this big eye needle. I don't know where I put the rest of my big eye needle, but this one is a long one. Big eye needle has, as you know, big eye, right? So I just put it and then I doubled my 90 inches thread. Okay, doubled over. And then what I did was I put the needle in the middle of my cord and then I added a bead, just one of the gemstone bead. I brought it down. I measured a foot, 1 foot of distance, and then I brought the tail cords in front of the bead like this, and then took all the 4 cords and then I did an overhand knot just like so. Okay, that's what I did already, so I'm not gonna do that again, but that's what I did. For some reason my camera didn't record it. I don't know why, but it didn't. I know it's weird. So now let me just see if I can go through. Now this is what I have. One side of the cord is shorter, which is 1 foot, and then needle is attached. The other side is long with the rest of my cord. Okay, now I will switch to and I also need this. I need to remove this. And I want to make sure this one is nice and closed. There we go. The jump ring is nice and closed because I'm going to add this as well. I'm going to shift mine to naughty do it all. Okay. I'm gonna just put it over there like that. Take the center cord where I need the beads to be, but first I will start macrame. So just now, just there, and take these 2 cords and put it on either side. Okay, the right and the left, and start doing our square knots. Square knots is you make a Q loop kind of a thing, put the right hand cord on top of that left hand cord, go underneath and pull through this loop, right? That's our Q. And then do the same on the other side. That's our P. That 1 Q and 1 P forms our square knot. So I made 2 square knots. If you are not familiar with square knots, please go ahead and watch my tutorial on basic square knots in my channel. I will link down in the description box below for you guys. So that's 3 square knots. So I'm going to put around say 5 to 6 square knots here. That is 3. This is 3.5. That's 4. I think 5 square knots is also more than enough, is what my thought process is, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is gonna be 5. We can put one more. Yes. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm gonna add bead to the center base cord. I have the needle attached. Now I can actually start with a Swarovski bead right here. So it's a mix, so I just want to separate and then see what I want to include, whether I want to include all of them, or because this gemstone has the color, right, has all of these colors, so we can use one each if that's what I want. So I will start with a pink, I guess. So I have a pink, and then see this, how the hole is on the side. See this, it's not almost in the center, so I leave this gemstone. Then the next gemstone, I check whether this is good. Yes, it is. Then I add that one, and then I add this tan. No, this is no. Yeah, this color, this champagne color, 4mm bicone, and then I add the next gemstone right here. Okay, everything. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. The bicones are not going through. This big eye needle maybe, or the Ceylon maybe. I don't know which one is creating a problem, but that's not going through. I'll just skip the bicone then. I won't add the Swarovski bicones. So these bicones are not going through, but I checked these roundels, they are going through. I have only say 6 of them, so I'm just going to add that roundel, then a gemstone, then a roundel. This roundel is so pretty. You can see the AB finish in a lotus form, like a flower form, and it's plain the other side. So just want to alternate the gemstone and this roundel. Once you have enough, you can stop right there. So that's how much I'm just going to take this thing off. I'm gonna secure the other end properly. Then I'm gonna add one of the roundel, and then I'm gonna do my square knot again. this covers the bead, right? You can do that, or you can just take it and then not cover the bead as well. You can do either way, it's fine. I'm just trying to see which one looks good. If it is not, actually that looks good, so tighten that up and then bring this here. So in between these beads, you can customize how many knots you want. So between each bead, I'm thinking, let me just think. So that's one square knot, and this one is one more, and then yeah, 2 square knots, and then we can add a bead, right? Or we can put 3 square knots. It totally is up to you how much distance you want to visually see in between each bead determines this. So once you move this cannot be done that, because it's not round, right? So I want it to be like this, go on either side and do that. So be consistent about how many knots you want between each bead. That's totally up to you. That's it. And once you actually make the bracelet, it will sit like this on your wrist, so you don't have to worry about that right now. I'm moving the roundel up, and see this, after the roundel, make sure that you tighten that first knot and then do that second knot. So that's 1, and this is 2, and this one is going to be 3 knots. And then you move this bead again, you bring it like this on top. I'm going to do the knot just like so. Making sure that's tight. That's 1 square knot, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and that's 3. Okay, move the roundel up. So if there is no space, you can increase the space. Actually, I'm gonna do that. I'm just going to take this and clamp it right here, and take this and hold on to this cord, and I'm just going to clamp it to the farthest away, the most farthest away hole that I have in this knotty doll. This one is a travel size, this is not a full size. That's what I have, so I'm going to make use of that to its fullest potential. Moving my roundel, can you see how it gets loose? So when you do the next following stitch, you just make the stitch like this and then tighten that up, hold on to it, and then pull it. I'll finish doing this and come back. I finished macrameing actually from all the beads, and then I macrameed a bunch, as you guys can see here. and I macrame it, say about 2 inches. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, still my needle is still attached to the thread, and this is all I have left. So when I actually fold this over, I'm going to fold this over in macrame, but I need a loop big enough for my gemstone to go through, so it has to go through here. Okay, so and that at that point I need to decide, it has to go through here, and then I have to macrame here. So I think it's, say, about right, maybe a little bit more. So I'm just going to hold on to this right here, and then again put in my ends right here. And then see, I have only a little bit of cord left. Actually take 90 inches, that should be plenty enough to actually finish the bracelet. If not 95, I would say. If you want a little bit longer bracelet, you can adjust the sizes accordingly. I think that should be about right. I'm gonna take it off and check one more time. So if I macrame here, this loop should be good enough to accommodate my bead. Yeah. And now what I'm going to do here is, I'm gonna bring this over like that. Okay, keep these down here. Okay, clamp this. I have small clamps like this to hold on to my loop right here, and then I can hold it like this, and then do the same. Just like so. I'm gonna cut this off because I'm gonna take this needle off, right? I need to cut it off. Take my needle and keep it like that. I hold this these two cords just like that. Okay, take it like this and macrame with all 4 cords. Do you understand? These are the base cords, but I am going to macrame with all 4 cords. Just tighten that last up and then separate these 2 base cords, right and left, and then start macrame. So it's a little bit tough. I will zoom in a little bit more for you guys to see, but we can do it. It's only a couple of stitches. So take these 2, and I would say 95 to 100 inches. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just going to make an overhand knot to make this simple, otherwise this is going to come undone all the way. So what I'm going to do is, just take these 2 cords and make an overhand knot at the end. Just to make sure that I have easy access to actually do that, because this 4 cords is short and every time I put it through I need to be careful that I do with all 4 cords and not just the 2 cords, right? There we go. Now it will be easier for us to do this part, I think. Anyways, it's short, but that's that. See this? There we go. Okay, and you can move it a little bit now if you want to, just like so, and then take it here, do the other half of the square knot, making sure everything is nice and secure here. Now what I'm going to do is take my GSI cement or any bead stringing glue and just put a generous amount here and here. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to close my glue there. And then make one more knot. On top of the glue right there. Just one more. There we go. Just take this off and all the clamps off, and make sure your loop is big enough for the gemstone bead to go through, which it is, right? So now you can move it nice and tight here. Then what you can do is you can bring these 2 cords in the back and tie an overhand knot just like this. Oops. And you can put a dab of glue right there before you knot, actually. If you want, you can do that, or you can put one more square knot, whichever is possible you can do. Just put some more glue right there. Tighten that knot, and it's in the back. And I'm gonna snip this off, not very close, just like so, and let it dry for at least 24 hours before I try to wear this bracelet. Okay, so that's how your bracelet will look like. I'll just put it around my wrist and show it to you guys how cool that looks. I really like how the bracelet turned out to be. I hope you guys like it too. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos almost every day except for Sunday. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Sorry about that. And I forgot to add this charm. So what I'm going to do is open up the jump ring. You can add the charm wherever you want, but I'm just going to add it right here, right next to the because if I do it here, maybe, yeah, I guess I can do it here. I need to open it nice and wide and then slip this macrame part right here and then close it shut. So that looks pretty.